Right, video a bit out of the blue. Obviously, there is no match today. However, the League Cup draw is tonight, which I will be having a look at. Probably go to the pub because it's on Sky TV straight after the Lincoln versus Everton game. So I'm going to go to the pub, watch that game, and then watch the draw. But that's not what this video's about. As we know, I'm sure you're all aware that Bury have been expelled from the Football League. Now, I have heard that there is a possibility that they can be brought back into it. But that's for another day, because I don't really know the details. Other than that there's some sort of consortium. But personally, I think it'll be too little too late. But, I mean, Steve Dale was the owner of Bury before they collapsed. He owned 50 odd companies in his time during his life, and 40 odd of them have liquidated. And the Bury is the 43rd company that is fucked over after buying it for £1 on December. And that's what he looks like. What a joke. He's definitely destroyed lives. The players and staff, not just the players, but staff as well, hadn't been paid for months on end. 5 months, I think it were. It doesn't matter, it was a fucking long time, and it was ridiculous, because these people were fighting for their lives, and it's awful that this had to happen. Like, one of the players were just begging Steve to sell the club because he was struggling to provide for his family, and that's a player. And people say footballers earn too much. To a degree, maybe, but at levels such as where Bury are, that footballer ran out of money and could not afford to even live properly. And that was the sad reality of what Steve Dale was doing at this club. Sad reality is that loads of jobs are now being lost after not being paid for so long. The staff were working for free, essentially, while Steve Dale just ruined the club. It's a joke that he was allowed to take over, really. He passed the EFL fit and proper test. Fit and proper. Considering his past, since before he took over Bury. 42 liquidations? Doesn't exactly look like he's fit and proper, does it? Yet he passed it. What a joke. What sense does it make? If someone liquidates 42 companies, should he really be allowed to take over a football club? Well, no. That's the reality of it. He should not have been able to take over in the first place. It doesn't matter what was happening before, because whatever was happening before, which I do not know what was happening before he took over, there's no doubt he would have made it absolutely worse. And he definitely has. It is a joke that this has been allowed to happen. And it's ridiculous. It just absolutely is ridiculous. The same thing could be happening at Bolton as well. where their players and staff haven't been paid for months. There was a point that I heard something. Sammy Amiobi, right? Obviously, he played there for a while. And at some point, apparently, obviously, I'm saying apparently because I don't know for sure, that he had to get his parents to sell some stuff so he could live and survive. Not live, survive. Because he had no money. Now he has gone to Nottingham Forest and he's getting paid again. So it's very much a relief for him. And yeah, and then also the staff there aren't really getting paid any money. They're in the same, those staff there, as well as the ones at Bury, are in the same position as each other. They're struggling, they're fighting for their lives, and for what? They're working for free. For what end? Because it's certainly no benefit to any of them. And no matter what, when it seems to be getting better, they just get slapped in the face. Because with Bury, the takeover that they were due to have fell through last minute and it fucked them. And they've been expelled from the Football League officially. I hope by some minor miracle something can happen to save them. But if not, it'll be either they'll be taken over and be slightly saved, although it is a bit late, or they will liquidate and reform as a new version, but not the same because they won't have the history of the original club. Be like AFC Bury or something that they'll have to reform as. And it's sad because you never want a club like that to go down because of some prick and some stupid organisation that allowed it to happen in the first place. And think about why the Bolton fans sing "fuck EFL" all the time in their matches this season so far. They've been doing it for this reason, because they're just useless. They let these people take over these clubs because they pass the fit and proper test, which obviously isn't proper. It's obviously flawed. And yeah, we could end up losing Bolton as well in a couple of weeks' time. Which we don't want to see that either. Because I personally like Bolton as a bit of a good away day. It was a brilliant away day. Obviously, because we won. But that's beside the point. It's a great stadium that they have. And because of some shitty owner, it'll be taken away from them. And they keep having takeover bids and it keeps falling through. And it's ridiculous. It is ridiculous that these things are allowed to happen. Now, Steve Dale has made some comments. He's saying he's sick of being blamed for all of this. I don't know why he would say such a thing when clearly he is the one to blame, as well as the EFL for letting him take over. He is to blame for what he did. He should know what he did. He hasn't paid the players and the staff for months, and they are fighting for their lives, and he thinks he has the right to say he hasn't done anything wrong. What a prick. I'm sure Bury fans, right, if they saw him, it would not end well for him. I ain't going to encourage anything. But I can just imagine what would happen if Steve Dale met Bury fans. That's all I'm going to say about them. I can only imagine. But I ain't going to say anything about that. We've already lost one club. We've already had one club expelled from the Football League. In 2 weeks, we could have another. A historical Bolton team that have won many things in the past. They've even been on a European tour. Many, many, many moons ago. And they are in a lot of shit as well. So, could lose 2 historical clubs that they were a fair bit of rivals with each other, but no, yeah, being a Preston fan, you could say we sort of had rivalries, but I mean, anybody in the same county will have some sort of rivalry, but it doesn't feel like a rivalry with them two. They were never rivals in the first place. But, you know, I feel really bad for the supporters and the workers and anybody involved in both clubs in what they have to go through. It's a sad situation. And I hope something can come through and be helped, and they can finally catch a break and succeed. Because Bolton clearly they can't seem to catch a fucking break. With how many times they've been teased of a takeover and it's not happened. Lawrence Pizzini, who's not got a great history, so there's no way he should be allowed to take over with his bad history. Supposedly bad history. So, but then there's this consortium. It's ridiculous. I don't know what to say, anything else than that. I really don't know what else to say. Sad days in football. We've lost one club. We could soon lose another. We can't let this happen. I urge all fans of all clubs to sing "Fuck EFL" throughout the whole game. Championship clubs, League One clubs and League Two clubs, all of you, do it. They need to know what they've done. Fuck Steve Dale. What a wanker he is. The biggest cunt I've ever known.